I'd like to welcome my panel, Richard Roth, attorney and founder of the Roth law firm, here in studio with me. And also with us is Debbie Eldridge, a Republican strategist, joining us from Salt Lake City. Thank you both for being with us. And Debbie, the president is still going to arrest illegal immigrants who try to enter the country. But this executive order would now keep most families together, except in the cases where an adult may pose a threat to a child. What is your reaction to this development?
Well, you know, we have to keep illegals out. It's again, you know, that's why they're called illegals. They're not here legally. I'm certainly very sympathetic to the children and the families, but we also have to vet if these children are being trafficked or if they're actually with their parents. And we know human trafficking goes on. We know the coyotes are paid to bring children across. You know, I'm a daughter of an immigrant myself, so I understand this important issue, and I'm very sensitive to it, but this is only a quick fix. This bill, what we have to do is really secure our border to, you know, dissuade people from doing this. And it's really sad what has taken place and how politicized this has become. And the ACLU is already filing that this won't be legal because children can't be jailed, although they're being detained, which to me, there's nothing different between Child Protection Services taking children out of homes where they're endangered.
Richard, a lot to break down there, but let's start off with the one point that Debbie made, and that is that throughout this process, the president was criticized for using the situation to get Congress to act, to get a real fix to the problem. You could say that whilst this has quelled all the concerns about the children for now, that this is essentially a Band-Aid on a gaping wound, and nothing's really happened.
Yeah, I mean, what Donald Trump did here was he created a huge gash, like a gash on the leg, and tried to take one of those, you know, 3x5 inch Band-Aids.
Well, he didn't create the gash. The gash is the illegal immigration problem.
That could be said, but one could also say no prior administration allowed the separation for so long. So he did somewhat create the gash when he cried between Sessions and the administration, where they said there's basically a zero tolerance policy. If they didn't do that, he made the gash bigger. Let's put it that way. So the problem now is the Band-Aid is not enough, and you're right, Congress has to act.
So what do we expect from Congress? Because you could say that the president did this in order to force Congress to address the issue.
Yeah, I have a problem with the president doing it for creating such a divisiveness among families to move Congress. But now that he has done this, Congress does have to act. There are thousands of people that are behind, that are waiting for the asylum determinations, for the illegal immigration determination, and that we have to A, bring in more judges. You need more immigration judges to get the process going quicker. B, we have to accept and agree with the Flores consent decree, which essentially provided that you can't be separated from your family for more than 20 days. And then C, there's got to be a sweeping overhaul of immigration, which is not going to happen overnight. But at least A and B are better than the Band-Aid.
So, Debbie, what happens now if this Flores decree isn't reversed and 20 days go by and there isn't any conclusive verdict on this particular illegal immigrant situation? Do they just get released back into the country?
I don't think anybody has been able to think that far in advance, excuse me, but that is something that I have been concerned about. This is just a Band-Aid, a quick fix to appease the Democrats who are launching in mainstream media attacks on our president. We have a law, and it's called, we have borders, and you aren't to be here illegally. We have a process for people coming in legally. Really, the fault, as a parent of 2 children, a daughter of an immigrant, you know, parents have to take some responsibility. Just like we expect parents here in this country to have responsibility caring for their kids, and when we don't, Child Protection Services steps in. There's no difference between that and what's going on at the border. And these parents took it upon themselves. I don't know what the Democrats expect, to have a sweeping, okay, let's just let everybody in. As we know, 10,000 kids are here without parents. What do we do about these kids? You know, do we just let everybody in? And some of these kids are not young. I feel sorry for the young children being put through this by their own parents or coyotes trafficking them, and also, you know, the situation that this has created.
Richard, there are 48 legal points of entry, ports of entry along the U.S.-Mexico border, 48. If you're seeking asylum, why not just go and do it properly, do it legally? If you have a legitimate case, take a number, wait in line.
I agree with you. This is a problem that has to be fixed, and you're right. They should take a number and wait in line. There's no question about it. But it shouldn't be politicized. You cannot blame the Democrats as much as you would blame Donald Trump. This is not a problem that happened overnight. It's not a problem that happened a month ago. It's not a problem that happened a year ago. And during the Obama administration, it was handled very differently. So I think that
and
to give Donald Trump some credit,
Congress didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything. To give Donald Trump,
about a big issue for Democrats, which is DACA. Nothing really happened.
You're right. And to give Donald Trump some credit, he certainly has brought this to the forefront of the news media and of the politician. But it's not. I think what we have to do now is remove ourselves from blaming the Democrats, blaming the president, and try to fix this problem. We're talking about real families with 4-year-olds and 6-year-olds and 8-year-old children who are sitting there alone.
Debbie, very quickly, what are the Republicans prepared to concede to Congress should some kind of deal be made?
Well, they've been making deals, and the Democrats have, specifically Chuck Schumer has poo-pawed every single deal that's been put forward because they want to have money for the wall. And he refuses. Even when they reduce the amount of money for the wall, he refuses. So this has been they've been trying to work on this for some time, but the Democrats have refused. And I agree. I don't like politicizing this. We're talking about human beings. But the Democrats are the one politicizing this because they refuse to work with our president on anything he does. And the mainstream media they have in their pocket, so they continue to put these narratives out, throw these pictures out there, which some of the pictures that we know for a fact actually came from the Obama era, not from Trump's. And so it's just created this whole horrible situation for everybody involved.
Can't disagree with any of that. Debbie, thank you so much. Debbie Eldridge, Richard Roth, appreciate you both being with us.
Thank you for having us.
All right.